I'm by no means a hockey expert, but I am a fan of the game, and I draw a parallel there with Wayne Gretzky. Okay, one of the greatest players that ever played the game, but when he went into coaching, he really struggled.
His struggle is man's struggle.
Like, he really struggled. His teams never did well, and he didn't last very long as a head coach, but yet to this day, still one of the greatest players ever. Here's the thing. He went from almost playing directly into coaching. And nowhere was he given the opportunity to really build those skills, in the minors as an assistant and then a head coach and maybe doing some scouting and then coming up to an NHL team as an assistant and then a head coach. He accelerated right into that role. Accelerate! So we had two issues that were against him in my eyes. And again, I didn't play for his team, so I don't know this. But on the outside looking in, and I draw the parallel, is no one taught him the skills, even though he was clearly the best player in the world. So you would think, hey, well, if he was the best player, he should be able to make the best players. Not trained on the skill to be able to do that and not having a process. And then the second thing he had going against him was he was friggin' Wayne Gretzky. So he's talking to everybody else on his team as players, more than likely, expecting them to know the things he knew. Not having the ability to communicate with 22 different individuals over 4 lines and guys on the traveling roster, and understanding how they all had different feedback and who was weak at faceoffs and who wasn't, who was a better skater and how does he work with them. He probably subconsciously just expected everybody to know. And so you have to have that ability to have a process and behaviors that you can customize over a full team while still holding them all accountable to the same result. And that's the biggest piece that leaders are missing. We have too many Wayne Gretzkys out there trying to lead. And the reality is, you see the best coaches, a lot of them didn't play at a high level, or they were 3rd or 4th line guys. And so they knew what it was like to be in that role. And then they got the learning. Hey, assistant coach in the minors, head coach of the tier 2 minor team. Hey, now the assistant coach of the AHL team, head coach of the AHL team. Hey, assistant of the NHL team, head coach. And the learning happens all the way through. And what we do is, in businesses, we try more Wayne Gretzky's. Well, you are a top salesperson, you're obviously going to be the best sales manager and you're going to create results. It just doesn't work that way. And it's not the manager's fault. We don't have a process like the one, quite bullishly I'll explain, that I train, that says, I've been there. Here are what great leaders did. I took notes. I've put it in a process. Everyone should be able to do that. It just takes time and investment, and for organizations to understand a great individual doesn't make a great leader overnight.